Hello folks, Daniel Craig here, aka The Danimal, and today we're playing the Marvel Champions Monthly Podcast matchup for the week. And so we have, the challenge this time was we could face any villain we wanted to, but we had to play with a hero paired with what we believe to be their worst aspect. So I have chosen Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel, I believe her worst aspect is leadership, because her main thing is she wants to be able to recur those tack and a thwart and defense events and kind of replay them. And leadership doesn't have attack, thwart, or defense events really, so it kind of prevents her from doing kind of the main thing she wants to do. So we're going to do a live deck build here together. I say live, this is recorded, but we're going to do a deck build here together. And then from there, we're going to play versus Klaw, Expert, and he just has the Masters of Time modular set shuffled in. So just the basic way Klaw was intended to be played. So let's do our deck build. We're going to start with our basic cards. We're going to search this bag of basic cards, and we're going to find our 3 double resources. So Strength, Genius, and Energy. Obviously, those are going to be added to our deck. Those are just so helpful. We're going to add a Ironheart and a Blade. Those are cheap allies, so they're probably can be pretty good. She's going to draw us a card. That's nice. I do like to include a Nick Fury. I think him allowing us to draw cards is going to be useful. And we're going to add, for right now, let's throw Run and Gun, which is a thwart and an attack, does 2 damage into threat removal from a scheme, but it can be embiggened and shrunk at the same time, so giving you 4/4 for 3 cost. Pretty good, I think. So we're going to put 3 of those in our deck to start with, and then kind of weigh it out to see if that holds up. So there we go. She is not an Avenger, so that's going to prevent some of the things maybe we want to do. But let's look at our leadership deck. I want to do Band Together, because my plan is to get like a bunch of allies out. So definitely 2. Let's put a 3rd one in right now, but kind of hang on to it. I definitely want to do a Make the Call, so we can always go get Nick Fury, because I think that is useful. So we got that. Then we're going to do White Tiger, because she's going to draw us cards. We're going to do Maria Hill, because she's going to draw us cards. We're going to do a Stinger, because she's going to add to our ally limit. I know she's can only be played if you're an Avenger, but you can sneak her in with a Make the Call, so we're going to be looking for that as an option. We're going to grab Ant-Man. He's just useful because he's 2/2, so at the worst case scenario, it's a 1-cost card that does 2 damage or 2 thwart, depending on what you need at the time. Klaw, he's when after Klaw enters play, so he can get us an event card, which is nice, even if we play him with Make the Call. So maybe we'll add him as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20. We need 5 more cards. We're going to add Hawkeye. Hawkeye is nice because he's going to start pinging some of these minions that are going to come into play. We want to try to find some events. Eternity, interesting. It says deal all for 1. Deal 3 damage to an enemy and exhaust any number of Avenger characters you control. Deal 1 additional damage to that enemy for each character exhausted this way. You don't have to be an Avenger to play it, and you can bounce it back to your hand, so is that worth adding to our deck? We definitely want to add this so we can get an extra ally in play. Let's see. That's a tactic, and we don't have aerial. Well, let's throw in 3 strength in numbers. That could just be money for us to build. So, yeah, that's a deck. I don't know if it's a good deck, but it's a deck. So, group it together. 25 cards. That puts us at 40. So let's see if we can do it with this quickly built leadership deck. Kamala Khan versus Klaw. So we're going to shuffle this deck. First things first, we need to discard until we find a minion because of this. And we already have Defensive Network in, and we already have Immortal Claw in because he's on stage 2. And so we're looking for a minion. Minion. Whirlwind is our minion. Not so bad. I have contemplated potentially staying down the first turn, but I don't think that's a good idea. So let's see what we get. Shuffle the deck. Draw 6 cards. Here we go. Definitely want to keep White Tiger. Dropping Make the Call. Dropping Sneak By. Gonna drop Red Dagger to start with because I want to get some double resources here. So we'll see. Draw 3, back up to 6. And then the first thing we're going to do is look for a Kamala Khan card. So draw a Bruno. We're going to use a Bruno to play a Nakia. We're going to exhaust Nakia to play a Amir. Amir, we're going to search and put something back in the deck. Let's go with, it's either Make the Call or Band Together. Let's do a Band Together because that's going to be more resources in the future. So that's going to go on the bottom of our deck. And then we draw a card. And then we're going to play 2 plus a Wiggle Room to get out a White Tiger. White Tiger is going to draw us 2 cards because it's X, and X being the villain stage number. His stage number is 2, so we'll draw 2 cards. So we're going to spend 1 to get Blade out. And then we're going to spend 1, Make the Call to get the Polymere Suit out. I'm not going to lie, that is a pretty magnificent start, if I do say so myself. Flip into hero form, thwart for 1, thwart for 2, to get rid of the Immortal Claw. So, Immortal Claw is gone. We're not going to use him yet because we don't want to lose him. So we're going to ready, draw 5 cards, add a threat here, double boost. We're just going to take it. So 2, exhaust each ally you control. Well, that stinks. That puts us in a bad spot. 2 damage. 1, 2. 2 damage from Whirlwind. 1, 2. And an encounter card. Encounter card being his Sonic Converter, which will stun us if it deals damage to us. So this card is worth 2 right now. Okay, let's spin this to get out Ironheart, which will draw us a card. Then let's spend Ant-Man with Make the Call. Well, technically Make the Call would have went first. Search for Stinger and put Stinger in play. She allows us to have 1 more to our ally limit. And then this will give us a thing. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and use those guys. 1, 2 to thwart. 2 off of this. She will thwart for 1 to get 1 off of this. And then Defensive Network is gone. We're going to flip down to Alter Ego. We're going to spin this. Exhaust this, making our thing 1 cheaper. We're going to spin Hit and Run to play our Embiggen. We're going to not use Teen Spirit because it's not really useful. But we're going to use Akmir to search for... What do we want to put on the bottom? Like Make the Call. I think Make the Call could be useful. So we're going to put it on the bottom of our deck. And then that draws us a card. And then we got 2 energy. Yikes. We're gonna Teen Spirit and see what we can find. And it just gets us a big hand. So that's fine. We'll hold on to big hands. I was hoping we would get Shrink, and then that way we get Shrink into play, but we didn't. So here we go. Drawing 4 cards up to 6. 1 thread on. Schemes for 2 plus 0. 1, 2. 1 from Whirlwind. 5 doesn't pop yet. All right. And then we're going to draw a card for an encounter card. And we get Radioactive Man. I hate him. He is the worst. So, do we want to Teen Spirit first? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Search. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10. So we should have more in there. So we're going to Teen Spirit. Get a big hands. Then we're going to Akmir to search. What do we want to put on the bottom? Not sure. Strength in Numbers. I like that. That'll draw us a whole bunch of cards. So put Strength in Numbers on the bottom, drawing us a card. And then we're going to spend, we need our Triskelion out. It's okay. We're going to go ahead and spend her to deal a damage here. We need to kill this thing. That needs to be our primary focus. And then we're going to spend 2 resources to get Maria Heal, which will draw us a card. Then we're going to spend... a Hit and Run and a Nakia. Actually, she's going to deal 2 damage. 1, 2. In order to play Khalil. And he's going to look for an event. 4 and 5. We're going to draw Strength in Numbers. And then group those back in. So we search the top 5 cards, shuffle. Then we're going to play Strength in Numbers to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Drawing 4 cards. All right. All right. All right. All right. And we didn't get... we didn't get what we wanted. We wanted that Triskelion so we could have an extra ally. So we're going to have to hang on to him. But this counts as 3. So we're going to flip up. We need to get Shrink out. So we're going to spend 2 to get Shrink out. Then we're going to spend this to play Hit and Run because we have 4 allies, so it generates 3 resources. We're going to exhaust Embiggen and exhaust Shrink. So 1, 2, and Shrink makes it 2 more. 1, 2, and then we deal 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. That's 7. That's enough to kill him. We're going to exhaust to bring it back to our hand. Then we want to spend it 1, 2 to do big hands to deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to exhaust the Polymer Suit and Wiggle Room in order to do big hands again to go ahead and kill him. And there we go. Ready? Draw 4 cards. And man, we are looking pretty strong here. Add a threat. Oh, this should be down to 18 because we've gotten rid of the Immortal Claw. 2 boosts. We have to take the hit. Kalu is going to take the hit. 1, 2. because we don't want to be stunned. So Khalil goes away. Drawing a card. And now he has Retaliate on him. Alright. 4. Okay. We're going to flip down to Alter Ego and heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know what we got there, but I'm going to Ak-Khan to put, what do we want on the bottom? Something we don't really care about using, maybe? Let's just do Bruno. So Bruno goes on the bottom, and then we get this, drawing us a card. Sneak by would have worked. We're going to Teen Spirit to draw a card, get an encounter card, shuffle that. Then we're going to spin one less with Nakia and go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get Nick Fury out, which is going to draw us 3 cards. Then we're going to strengthen numbers to go 1, 2, 3, 4, drawing us 4 cards. Then we're going to spend a wiggle room to get a Triskelion out. Now we can have 5 allies. We're going to spend a hit and run, and then 2 resources here to get White Tiger out, which will draw us 2 cards. Then we're going to spend a Make the Call and band together to play Ant-Man, which gives him 4. Because band together gives 3 resources. And we're just going to hold this and have her go ahead and thwart for 2, getting this down to 0. And that's going to get rid of some of our stuff next turn. So we're going to ready up and draw 3 cards. Alright, so add a threat to the main scheme, boost, put Weapons Runner into play. So 1, 1, 2 plus Weapon Runner is 1, goes to 4. Get another encounter card. Counter card number 1, gang up, gain Surge. Then we get Claw's Vengeance. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. That is terrible. So we're going to flip, shuffle, 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 and whatever this card is. So that goes away. And then the other encounter card is he heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed, none was healed. So he gets Surge, and that surges into a Surge. And now we look for a side scheme with Master Plan. Alright. Burning through the deck. That's no good. There it is, of course, last card. That's my favorite. I love it when you burn through the whole deck looking for a side scheme, and then there is one on the last thing. So you not only get an acceleration card, but you still get the bad card. So it's going to give us an extra card per turn, so we're going to need to deal with that. So flip these back over. We're going to Teen Spirit, looking for a Kamala Khan card, drawing it. We're going to Akhmir to search our deck to put, I think, a band together back on the bottom. Actually, let's put a Bruno on the bottom. Because the Bruno is a Kamala Khan card, so it's going to synergize well with her Teen Spirit. So now we can strengthen numbers and exhaust all of our guys and draw 5 cards. I feel like that's a good idea. But I also feel like it's not a good idea. Let's flip up and see what we can do first. So we're going to lose a band together, which is going to give us 3 wild resources, which is enough to get rid of his sonic converter. Now we need one of each also to... So 1, 2, 3 to get rid of his retaliate as well. And then we're going to spend 2, 4 as she goes away, putting a damage on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, which will get rid of the illegal arms. We're going to spend the strength from our hand to do 2 damage to kill the weapons runner. And then she's going to thwart for 2. And she's going to thwart for 1. 1, 2, 3. Taking us down to 1 threat. And I know I could have used Nakia. I kind of misplayed that, but it's okay. We got room for another ally on our next turn. We're going to draw 3 cards up to 5. 2 threat going on. Double boost. Question is, what do we want to do? We want to take it. 1, 2, 2 damage. Nice. Just 2 damage. Down to 8. And counter card is Radioactive Man. Okay, we must kill Radioactive Man. So we're going to do 1 resource, 2 resource to get big hands. We're going to embiggen it, which is going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaust her to get the big hands back to our hand. We're going to spend 2 to get her out. We're still good on ally because this gives us +1 and this one doesn't count against our limit. Drawing a card. Then we're going to exhaust the physical to do 2 damage. Nope. To do 2 damage to him. 1, 2. Then she's going to punch for 1, taking it to 7, which will defeat Radioactive Man. And now we're going to deal 2 damage here. And we're going to thwart for 2 with her, getting us down to 1. And then we're going to ready and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, double boost. We're going to, she should have a damage on her. We're going to block with Ironheart. 1 damage. That was a waste of a block. She goes away. Then we're going to get an encounter card, and it's going to be this guard, armored guard. Super. We're going to use a band together, which is 3 resources for my 3 allies, which gets Hawkeye out. Hawkeye is going to get 4 arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to do a hit and run, which is 2 damage, which adds 2 with embiggen, adds 2 with strength. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I would have attacked first to remove this, and then do 4 there. And we're going to hold, or we go to alter ego. What do we do here? Let's just hold where we're at, and then draw 3 cards. 2 more cards. 2 threat. Double boost. She doesn't have a wiggle room. We're just going to take it. 3 damage. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Another encounter card. Encounter card 1. Chateau of the Past. So Edison comes out. He comes out. And these get shuffled in. When revealed, discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and persona in play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards go off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to flip down and exhaust to Home by Dawn. So we're going to Teen Spirit to get that into our hand. Then we're going to Con to search for White Tiger. White Tiger has to be played from hand, so that's why we want that one in our deck. And then we draw a card. Then what do we have? Search. Haha. We're going to make the call for 2. So make the call, spend 2 to search to get Maria Hill. When she enters play, it draws us a card. And then we're going to flip up to hero form. We're going to use that first, and then use that to play, and then use Bruno to hit and run, and biggen it and shrink it. So want to get rid of Generation Y, and then deal 4 damage to Edison, which he can't be attacked when there's another minion. There's no other minions engaged with her. Alright, and now we use the physical to get Blade to punch for 2. We use her to thwart for 2 down to 0. We're going to use this guy to punch for 2, 1, 2. We're going to use Hawkeye to deal the damage to him as well. We're going to start going in all damage to see if we can go ahead and knock this game out. Ready, and then draw 2 cards. Then we're going to add 2 threat, double boost, blocking with Maria Hill. Maria Hill takes 1, 2, 3 damage, so she is defeated. Maria defeated, it goes away. 1 encounter card. Encounter card is the villain scheme, so he's scheming for 2 plus. If this activation deals damage, exhaust your hero. It does not deal damage, so 1, 2. Alright. Let's go with strength in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drawing 4 cards. Nice. And then we're going to spend this and a red dagger to put Nick Fury into play. Nick Fury is going to deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's going to thwart for 2. 1, 2. Off the main scheme. Alrighty. Then we need to do search. What kind of make the call action do we got? Maria Hill. We're just going to let her punch for 1. And then go 1, 2 to sneak by to get the rest of the threat off. Then ready up and draw 3 cards. 2 cards, 2 cards. So add 2 threat, 2 boost cards. We're going to block with Nick Fury. Nick Fury is going to take 4 damage. That defeats Nick Fury. Nick Fury defeated goes in the discard pile. And then we, under attack, surge. So we get 2 encounter cards. Boom, boom. Encounter card number 1, take 2 damage, heal 2. 1, 2, heal 2. And then we're going to get attacked again. We don't have a wiggle room, so we're just going to block with our Ant-Man to boost. Exhaust each ally you control. Well, that is super lame. And take 3 damage, so he is gone. Alright, go away. We're going to keep Nick Fury off to the side because we're making the call for Nick Fury with 3 because we still have 3 allies. And sneak by, so he comes out and he's just going to deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's going to attack for 2. 1, 2. Exhaust him, goes to the next stage. Going, he got 22 health. We just need to burn through this 22 health. We're going to punch for 1 to knock the tough off. And then I need to... Oh, we got room for another ally. So we're going to spin this, which is 2. Actually, we're going to hold on to this. We're going to flip down to Alter Ego. We're going to Teen Spirit. Drawing this card. Then we're going to Con, which is going to search. I'm going to take a Big Hands and put it on bottom if I can find one. Big Hands. I want to be able to deal some damage right now. And that draws us a card, and then that makes things cost 1 less. So we're going to use a Big Hands to get Klaw out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this goes back on, back on, back on, back on. Wiggle room, we're going to take it and immediately just discard it because we don't need a wiggle room right now. Kaloo's going to thwart for 1. And then we're going to ready and draw 4 cards, which keeps us from decking out, which is wonderful. 2, and then a boost. 3, doesn't do damage. 1, 2, 3, which is just enough to trigger this. And then we're going to discard till we find a minion. This minion comes out. We're going to knock the tough off with his arrow. And now he's 8 threat away from victory. He'll scheme for 0. Bad card is Masters of Mayhem. Search. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put Whirlwind in play right now. Because we want to see if we can deal 22 damage. I don't think we can, but... And Nick Fury goes away. We don't have a make the call. We're gonna Teen Spirit. So draw that. Then we're going to make our card cost 1 less. No, we're not. We're going to spin this to get White Tiger out. White Tiger will draw us 3 cards because he's on stage 3 now. There we go. Klaw is going to deal a damage and go away. Then we're going to go 1, 2 to get Nick Fury out. Klaw dealt a damage here. He can't deal the damage there because we have a guard minion. She will deal 2 here and kill him. Hawkeye should have hit him for 2 when he came out. So when he came out, does 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna punch for 2 more. 1, 2. Gonna exhaust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna Con to search to put Band Together back in the bottom of the deck. Drawing us a card. Then we're going to flip up. Using this and this to Big Hands. We would have used that before we flipped up. And then we're going to embiggen it to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Up to 10. We're going to use this and Ironheart to do big hands again, to do 4 damage. Ugh. 4 damage to go ahead and kill this guy. Hold that line there. He will attack for 1, down to 9. Ready all our stuff. Draw 3 cards. We just have to survive. 2 threat, 2 boost. Nick Fury blocks. Nick Fury should have a damage on him. 1, 2. Give the villain a tough status card. See, that stings. And then he deals a damage. So 3 total damage going to Nick Fury. Nick Fury is gone. And now we will draw a card. Surges and Master Plan. So looking for a side scheme. There it is. Master Plan. 1, 2, 3. Discard cards from the encounter deck into a Master of any minion of play, and then put it engaged with the first player, so it gets another one of these. I don't know how that's technically supposed to go, but we're just going to do it this way. Not Masters of Evil. Looking for Masters of Evil. Masters of Evil, Masters of Evil. Masters of Evil enters play. We have no guard minions. We're going to attack for 1 to knock our tough off. We're going to attack for 2. Let him go away. Get us down. This would have spent both of his arrows. 2 to here and 2 to here. So then we're going to make the call. We're strength in numbers to go 1, 2, 3 to draw 3 cards. Then we're going to use Band Together. We're going to make the call using Band Together and Wiggle Room. Search to get Nick Fury back into play. Nick Fury is going to come out and deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's going to attack for 2. 1, 2. Down to 1. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to hit and run. Embiggen to remove 4 threat from here and deal 4 there. And he is kaput. We have won against Klaw with a leadership deck of Miss Marvel. And honestly, I think that took a lot longer because we were leadership. Because you didn't have a lot of damage other than your allies. So, but there it is.